I've been told that people are fleeing California by the droves. It's been said you cannot hardly get a U-Haul. Interesting, it's as if people don't want to be here and people from other states don't want Californians. It's rather interesting. I've had people tell me California is like Sodom and Gomorrah. What's interesting is, if that's so, here you see brand new houses being built right here in Central California. This is part of a 4-mile square development. And east of town, there's even larger developments. Is it really Sodom and Gomorrah? What does Sodom and Gomorrah really look like? Let's take a look in our devotional today. In Genesis 19:8 it says, "And behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known a man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do it to them as good in your eyes. Only let these men do nothing, for therefore they came under the shadow of my roof." What has happened here? Well, we have a situation to where the herds of Abraham and the herds of Lot have gotten to such a point that the land couldn't sustain them, and so they had to separate. And Lot, he looked at the well-watered plains of Sodom and Gomorrah. He pitched his tent towards Sodom. And then eventually we find he moved into Sodom to the point to where he sat at the gate. Now, what does that mean? That means that he was somebody that was a ruler or an elder of the town. There were angels that came to Abraham and said that they were going to have to destroy it. And Abraham negotiates with them and says, if there's 10, will you not destroy it? So the angels agreed. They went into Sodom to extract those 10. They met Lot at the gate. And this is so interesting. This tells us that he has been there a while. He has a presence there. He begs them to come into their home. They're going to stay out in the streets. And he begs them to come into their home. And when the men of the city find that they're there, they about break the door down to get to them that they might know them. This is a terrible, terrible scene. Lot is so absolutely desperate, and according to custom, looking after these men, he's willing to give them his 2 virgin daughters. This is what Sodom really looks like. This is absolutely horrible. This is where we get the term sodomy from. These men convince Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters they need to go. But we see that Lot wants to tarry a bit, and they have to literally grab the family by the hand and drag them out of town. The rest of the family does not go. So we see that Lot has no real influence in his family. We also see that Lot has no influence really in the town. They call him there in Genesis 19 a sojourner. If he was to be a light in that town, he never shed the light. There were none that turned. This was a very, very sad state. And so after they have been taken out of town, the next morning we see that Lot's wife is gazing back over Sodom. Her heart is still there. She is still lingering about these things. And so we see that in the scriptures, in the New Testament, that it references Lot's wife in Luke 17:32. And it talks about the end times and how we're not to be like Lot's wife. It's imperative, I believe, that we set our hearts and our minds on things of God and not on things of this world. Years ago, I was convinced that I needed to move out of California. And I had a friend, and he had a very enticing offer. And I thought about it, and I prayed about it. And the Lord never moved my heart. You see, what moved Lot to Sodom was what he saw. It wasn't the movement of God, it really was the flesh. And that needs to really be our motivation, is what does the Spirit of God have me to do? And I shouldn't look on the things of this earth and let them drag me to what it is that my desires want, but I need to follow the Spirit in what I do. So as we take a look at our world today, it's so easy to say, I'm going to move here and I'm going to move there, and this is going to be easy on me, and I'm going to like this. This is going to be enjoyable. We're here for a mission. And what is it that God would have us to do? Lot made poor choices based on the wrong motive. Let us not be that way. In fact, it says in 2 Peter 2 that it vexed his righteous soul daily. He knew that he was not doing the right thing. Let us be on mission. Let us see this world as a world that needs Jesus. Let us not be attracted to the physical. Let us be motivated by the spiritual. Be on mission. God bless you.